see if that worked. Oops, this needs to be put back up. Alright, check on chat. See if we're live. Let's see. Can anybody see or hear me right now? Let me know.
Look at all those chickens.
5x5, correct, yep. So you can see and hear me, is that what you're saying? Very live? Excellent. Well, welcome everybody back to Paleontologizing. It is so good to see all of you today. And welcome to the early Cretaceous period. Welcome to Doling's Bowl in eastern Utah. Welcome to the Cedar Mountain Formation. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist here on Twitch trying to do some good old-fashioned science outreach. And holy cow, are you in for a treat today. I am live from the field. We are going to be checking out our quarry down there. We are digging up some dinosaurs, and you're going to get to see it live. So I'm pretty excited about that. Cross your fingers that all of this stuff actually works properly. I've got my whole signal booster set up there, and yeah, we've got lots and lots of moving parts here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. So if we lose signal at some point, don't you worry. Hopefully I'll be back very, very soon. Yeah, there's a million different things that can go haywire here, and usually it only takes a little while to fix it. But anyway, yeah, good to see you too, Golganek. Fructose V, Wrong Lang Zoe, John Draloon, Books, Brews and Booze, Lone Mountain, Transwave Dragon, and Beep. How are you all doing? It is great to see you today. I'm going to go start walking toward our quarries over there. Let's see, we've got some other vehicles parked here from crew members and from the Utah Geological Survey, whom we're working for here. So yeah. Claw Machine says that this is actually very cool. Great job, Danny. What do you mean actually very cool, Claw Machine? What do you mean actually? Why you gotta qualify it like that, you know? Yeah. So we're out walking toward the quarry. For those of you who missed my last broadcast a couple days ago, I did a test stream, and it turns out that I would only actually get signal from up there on the top of those ridges over by where I've got my tent. But now that I've got this big ridiculous signal booster like that, yeah, signal should hopefully be a lot better. Hopefully it's less pixely. Hopefully it drops out less often. So yeah. Beautiful sky, says Golganek. It is indeed. And it is hot today. Somebody type in the weather command for the location should be Thompson Springs, Utah. That's the nearest town to here. And yeah, it's a hot one today. I heard it might be like 106. So I've been making sure to drink plenty of water. I've got my canteen right here on my belt for when we get some hydrates. And yeah. 99, okay. Should be getting a little bit hotter during this broadcast, I think. We haven't quite reached peak temperature for today. But yeah. So again, for anybody who missed the last one, let me do a quick little intro after I drink some water. Again, it's like 100 degrees out. Gotta make sure I stay hydrated. So excuse me while I do some hydration here. Much better. So right here, this area is called Doling's Bowl. It's named after a Utah geologist, Helmut Doling. I've been told by my crew chief here that man has explored more of Utah than maybe anybody else who's ever lived. And he happened to find this particular spot and map it and determine that it was Cedar Mountain Formation from the early Cretaceous period. These are some of the earliest Cretaceous rocks in all of Utah. So these overlie the Morrison Formation, like we saw at Dinosaur National Monument, where you've got, Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, Barosaurus, Camarasaurus, Allosaurus, Stegosaurus, all those critters. They're from the end of the Jurassic period. And after that, you have kind of a gap in the rock record. For a while, this whole area turned from a depositional environment to an erosional environment. So rocks were not being laid down for a while, but then when they start up, we've got the Cedar Mountain Formation here. So these rocks are about 120 to about 90 million years old. There's a lot of time represented in here. And we've got part of the basically the Cedar Mountain Formation is divided into 4 different members. You've got the Yellow Cat, then you've got the Ruby Ranch, and then you've got the Poison Strip, and then the Mustn't Touch It. Sorry. So we're working mostly in the upper part of the upper part of the Yellow Cat. The Yellow Cat member is where critters like Utah Raptor are from, if you're a fan of dromaeosaurid dinosaurs. From right here. In fact, I think the type specimen of Utah Raptor was found not too far from here in eastern Utah. So and Fall Machine, I know what you meant, I'm just razzing you. But I appreciate you saying so, Fall Machine. Thank you. TMK says, is it a big or small dinosaur you have to dig out? There's going to be multiple dinosaurs of varying sizes. We just found our first few scraps of dinosaur today. We opened up the quarry yesterday, did some overburden, so we removed some of the top layers of the rock, the stuff that's not producing bone, to try and get down to the bone zone, get down to the bone layer. So we used a jackhammer this morning, actually, in order to remove some of that overburden, chip through those tough rocks at the top, all that mudstone, and then we're
147 gift subs in the channel
into the bone layer.
To the global and serious game of paleontology.
Yeah, I can't tell. Well, at least he can focus on his walking, says Christie's Art Nook. Hang on a minute. What are we at signal-wise?
Really spectacular.
We've dropped a bit.
Take Pets gifted Beth Galaxy Fox a subscription.
It's going up.
Take Pets gifted a tier 1 sub to
Okay,
Beth
that's
Galaxy
good.
Fox.
Hopefully it holds. We'll have to see.
30 gift subs
We're
in
back?
the channel.
Good. All right. Go overburden, requiring a jackhammer no less. Golganek, we're actually really lucky to have a jackhammer. A lot of the sites that I've worked before, we didn't have jackhammers because we didn't have a generator or anything like that. We do here, and it's kind of a luxury. It's been nice to have that. So we could have done it with, with picks and stuff like that. We could have broken through that rock, but it would have taken a lot longer and required a lot more physical exertion. So and thank you, Clockwork Ninja. I appreciate the 3 months of support. Welcome back to Paleontologizing. Yeah. And shoot, for anybody who's just tuning in right now, let me introduce myself again real quick. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist. I'm here on Twitch trying to do some good old-fashioned science outreach. So we are here in the wilds of eastern Utah right now, at a place called Doling's Bowl, miles from no place. And this is one of the most kind of forbidding landscapes I've ever worked. There's so few plants here. I think I've seen one bird so far this entire week. A hummingbird that flew into camp and was very disappointed that all the bright colors it was seeing were not flowers. They were our food and water cans and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never been in a place without birds before. This is nuts. But it's a beautiful landscape, as you can see. We've got these lovely Cretaceous rocks up here of the Cedar Mountain Formation, earliest Cretaceous period. And then over there are the Book Cliffs. So those, I think, are mostly Dakota Formation, and beyond those, you've got Eocene Green River Formation from the Age of Mammals, higher up than we are right here. So let's continue on over there, and we'll walk past Don and his part of the crew. Don is our fearless leader here. He's the Utah Assistant State Paleontologist. And he's been working this site for, non-consecutively, I think for about 15 years. So yeah, he knows this place like the back of his hand. And I'm sure we'll talk to him later. But maybe not right now. So as you can see, Don DeBlue is also the king of shade tarps. And you can see this lovely shade tarp assembly that he's put together here. Having shade is absolutely essential in an environment like Anyway, yeah. Hi to you too, Claire Burr. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Shoot, I wish we could actually stream from the quarry, but it's not working right now. We don't have enough bandwidth down there, even with the signal booster and everything. Doesn't seem to be good enough. It is severely intermittent. Okay. Video is there, audio is there. Yeah. Looking so-so right now. Well, thank you. That's better than nothing. Alright, excellent. Sound clear, image better. Good, good, good. Well, let me just stay here for a minute. I bet you there's a cell tower that's somewhere out there. And we are just, like, line of sight, just in the right spot to catch some signal. Also, parts of camp are, too. And so, I can still stream from camp. I might be doing some of that later on. Yeah. Because it doesn't seem like it'll actually work from the quarry, unfortunately. So it goes, you know? But yeah, anyway, I was just saying before it cut out that if anybody would like to help support my crew and, you know, help feed us and buy us supplies, then there should be a command that should come up in a little bit. And yeah, that has Dawn DeBlue's Venmo account. Yeah, that is the best way of getting money to us. If if you want to help us afford things like food and water out here, you know, something like Dawn_DeBlue2122 or something like that. You'll see it when it comes up. But yeah, how's Kev? Any AC? Very funny, Corgi girl. No, we don't have AC. We also don't have electricity or running water, or flush toilets or anything like that. Yeah. We do have a fridge that's hooked up to a propane system, which is nice. That's about it. We have tents. We've got some solar panels for recharging phones and stuff. But that's it. Yeah. I was hoping that we would have Starlink internet, but Starlink's not working. I'm not sure it's going to work. I'm going to keep trying, but oh boy, yeah. What kind of dinosaurs will we find other than Utahraptor there? Beth Galaxy Fox? Today, Ethan actually found an ungule, a pedal ungule, so like a toe claw, of an iguanodontian dinosaur, kind of like Iguanodon. So yeah, this bone bed that we're working right now is probably going to have a bunch of iguanodontian stuff. Might be a new species. Not actually entirely sure yet. But, yeah, we'll update you as things move along there. Yeah. But yeah. And there you go. Thank you, Claire, for for posting that. Really appreciate it. If anybody has Venmo and they'd like to throw a few bucks our way to help buy us, you know, food and stuff like that, we'd really appreciate it. So yeah. And also, you know, between you and me, Dawn has been super cool about me streaming and everything, and if we're able to get some modest donations going, I think he'll be impressed. So yeah. Yeah. And anywho, yeah. Iguanodon, yeah, love them danger thumb herbivores. They're very cool, Beth Galaxy Fox. They're very cool. There's a few iguanodontian taxa that are from the Cedar Mountains so far. One's called Iguanocolossus, and that I think came from one of our quarries right over there. And then there's another one called Cedarectes or something like that. I'd have to look it up. But if you look up Cedar Mountain Formation on Wikipedia, it should have a faunal list with the different dinosaurs that are from this place in time. So yeah. So cool what you're already finding there. And we're pretty early so far, Books, Brews, and Booze. Shoot, I gotta turn this way because my phone is gonna shut down. It's too hot out, frankly. I'm kind of amazed this is working at all. If there's a catastrophic failure soon, then it's gonna be because of the heat. How much do you think it costs to deliver a pizza here? I think the nearest pizzeria is like 50 or 60 miles away, at least. So I think it would cost quite a bit. But yeah. and video is going out after turning. Well, shoot, I've got a hokey pokey twister thing right now to keep my phone out of the sun while I've got this going in that direction. And no, it shouldn't. Honestly, Egg Pets, I've got a big signal mast right here. Turning around should not affect the video at all. I think that's something else. Yeah, I don't know. I got to keep my phone in shadow here, or else it will overheat in the sun, and I will not be able to see what you say at all. So this is pretty important that I be able to stand like this right now. I can call you Books. I'll call you Books. How does that sound, Books? Thank you. But yeah. And it's not an overheating issue, Jandra. That's not it. It's just that I am very, very remote right now, and we're very far from the nearest town, very far from the nearest cell tower.
Promoting the appreciation and understanding of fossil science here on Twitch.
So yeah. And Crix is so cool that you're able to stream this content. Keep it up. Thank you, Crixie. Really appreciate that. That's wonderful. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. Yeah. And Beth Galaxy Fox wants to know if hadrosaurs and iguanodontians are closely related to each other. The answer is yes. It seems like hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs, probably evolved from some kind of iguanodontia. So they're like the ancestors of the duck-bills, the hadrosaurs. So yeah, they are definitely related. Yeah, they're both ornithopod dinosaurs.
Really spectacular, spared no expense.
Jacob _ Nyan gifted
Gotta
the
make sure to keep
Green Umbra
hydrated.
subscription. Jacob
I've
_
drank
Nyan
so
gifted
much
a
water
tier
today.
1 sub to the Green Umbra.
Close to a gallon and a half so far, I think. But yeah, Portugasque, thank you for the support. Really appreciate that. Yeah, wonderful. And there we go. Thank you, Books, for reposting that. That is lovely. I apologize that the signal is so spotty here, but this is what it's like in some of the places where we dig up dinosaurs. You are getting a genuine, this is not staged, this is not a green screen, this is real life, with all of its imperfections and all of its travails. So yeah. SV Harkin says, this is exciting. Again, I wish I could show you the quarry over there, but we don't get any signal down in that little depression. So it looks like most of the streams for the next couple weeks are going to be from camp. But it'll be cool. I'm hoping to be able to interview some other paleontologists, and that'll be informative. Should be a lot of fun. I think you're going to dig it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And Oliver says, couldn't those dinosaurs die in a more convenient location? I know, right, Oliver? It's like my old crew chief, Denver Fowler, used to say, dinosaurs never die in the shade, Yeah. And Beth Galaxy Fox says, what kind of university should I take to become a paleontologist? Really looking forward to achieving that dream. Beth Galaxy Fox, the best thing I can tell you is take as many geology and biology courses as you can. Geo and bio, both of those. That's the bread and butter of paleontology. Paleontologists are basically like a hybrid between geologists and biologists. So yeah, and if you can find a university that has a museum attached to it, that's even better. If there are paleontologists who teach at a particular university, that gives you a better shot. My best advice that I can give you is try and get involved. If you can volunteer at a museum, if you can volunteer for field work, then yeah, absolutely do that. By the way, this crew that I'm on right now takes volunteers from all over the world. People fly in from the UK. We've got a cool guy on our crew, Balil. He is from Egypt. He's an Egyptian paleontologist, and he's been joining us to dig some dinosaurs here in Utah. So there's programs like this. If you know where to find them, no matter where you're from or what your background is, you can come dig dinosaurs if you're willing to put up with conditions like this, with intense heat, and if you're willing to live out of a tent for 3 weeks. You can come out and do this kind of thing, It doesn't cost you more than a plane ticket, I guess, and some supplies, I suppose. You've got to buy a tent and everything. But 300, 320, 340, 361 kilobytes per second. We're creeping up there. This is good. Hello to you too, Claire. Why are you saying hello? Yeah. Very, very cool. Welcome back. All right, excellent. Well, everybody, if you could see, yeah, we're talking about the sun helmet. I don't know, it keeps me cool. There's a reason why everybody from the U.S. Postal Service to the Viet Cong would wear sun helmets. It's because it's one of the best pieces of headgear that you can have in a really hot climate. Helps keep your head nice and cool, keeps the sun off your face and off your neck. So yeah. Anyway, it's such a good hat. It's very good, Claire. It keeps me cool. Oh, very cool, Bet Galaxy Fox. It's been a dream of yours since you were a small child. Well, I hope you're able to achieve it soon. That's awesome. Yeah. No sombreros, says Chickens Pickens. I mean, in my mind, this actually keeps you cooler than a sombrero. And it's because it's got that brim around the inside. It's got that headband, but then your head doesn't really contact the rest of the helmet. At least it's not supposed to. So there's a nice cushion of air. Anytime you get any kind of a breeze, like we're having right now, it just goes whoosh, directly over the top of your head. Cools you off like the fins on a radiator. So yeah, sun helmet. If you don't mind the way it looks, and I certainly don't, I think it's cool. It is one of the best possible hats you can have in a place like this. So yeah. And it will protect you from falling dinosaurs. Let's hope so, Oliver. And I am doing okay, Izzy. Thank you for asking. Yes. Yeah. The signal is not doing as well as I am, but I am doing quite well. So yeah. Just don't buy it in the color black. Exactly, Hike the Earth. I don't think they make black sun helmets. It would kind of defeat the purpose, right? Yeah. And no, Neon Coffee Cat, I'm not a fan of colonialism or the British Empire. This is an American sun helmet. Not such a fan of the American Empire either, but, you know, it keeps me cool. That's a piece of headgear. It's top-notch. Yeah. Very cool. And Izzy, so far, well, I can try and update everybody on what we've got from the quarry so far. Ethan just found a crocodile tooth just a little while before I started streaming. And then we've also got an iguanodontian ungule, so one of the toe claws of an iguanodont dinosaur, similar to iguanodon from the UK and from Belgium. So yeah, hi Metaluna Juan, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so we're going to be finding, hopefully, some more iguanodontian material in this bone bed here. And I'll be updating you, I guess, whenever I can. But yeah. There's another crew, well, the other half of our crew, at the other little area with the shade tarps, they're digging up some ankylosaurs over there, which should be a new species. They're from a time where we don't actually have an ankylosaur yet, so chances are it's going to be something new. They found an armor plate this morning, what we call an osteoderm. So they've collected that, and then they're continuing to dig down. We're just at the very beginning of this season, though. We only started digging, like, yesterday afternoon. So we're still getting down into the bone layer, and working slowly and carefully, making sure that we don't dig through the bones. And yeah, we're on BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, Blues Traveler. So this is federal land. All the fossils that we find from here are done under permit, and they're going to be sent to the University of Utah. The Natural History Museum of Utah on the campus of the University of Utah up in Salt Lake City. So yeah, and our crew is from the Utah Geological Survey. Our crew chief, Don DeBlue, is the Utah Assistant State Paleontologist. And the Utah State Paleontologist, Jim Kirkland, should be showing up in just a few days. And hopefully we can get him on stream too. Because, Jim Kirkland is a living legend. And he's named maybe more dinosaurs than anybody else on Earth. I'd have to check that. But yeah, anyway. And Jim loves to talk about stuff, so hopefully we can entice him to make an appearance and do some interviews or something. I think that could be a lot of fun. So yeah. And ankylosaurs are your favorite? Very cool, Maximum Darnage. Well, yeah, we might have a new ankylosaur from here. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah. And Jim Kirkland, exactly, Lenina. Yep. You'd love to ask him some questions, says Izzy? Well, Izzy, Jim Kirkland is the guy who named Utah Raptor, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So he could talk Utah Raptor all day, I'm sure. So that'll be pretty neat. And of course, Don DeBlue, he's also an absolute font of information. Yeah. He's a really cool guy. So hopefully we can convince him to be on camera. Yeah, Don is, he knows this place better than anybody. And he is, just an expert on this area, Dulling's Bowl. I'll show you a quick panorama right here of this remarkable area. So we've got something like, I don't know how many species of dinosaur were first discovered here in this spot, in this little valley. But it's a few. It's definitely a few. Yeah. Very, very cool. So yeah. Beauty, says Hike the Earth. Thank you. It's a pretty special place. It really is. Now, I think with that, before everything completely overheats and melts in this heat, it's 100 right now in Thompson Springs. Down there, it's probably hotter where we are right now because we're further south. Before everything overheats, I'm going to find somebody to raid and we'll wrap this up real quick. Yeah. And Hike the Earth says, not you, Danny and JK. No, I know. And I am going to go get some shade.
A real mean kid.
But let's pull up Twitch here. Hopefully I have just enough bandwidth to perform a raid successfully. We'll see if maybe Lordy is streaming right now and we can surprise her. Let's see. She is cooking with Lordy. Let's go raid her. Go to my chat. And here we go. Raid. Cooking with Lordy. Not Lorder, Lordy. Excellent. Cool. But yeah. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with the signal loss and everything here. Again, streaming from the middle of nowhere, this stuff ain't easy. So thanks for your patience, thanks for your enthusiasm, and thank you for that incredible support. Again, if you have the wherewithal and you can throw a few dollars into Don DeBlue's Venmo account, that money goes directly toward feeding and supplying us, and I'm sure he'd really appreciate that too. I'm sure he'd be impressed. So yeah, don't hesitate to do that. Anyway, that being said, we're going to go right into Lordy's channel. Let's go check out what she is up to. Should be fun. And I'll see everybody when I see ya. We might do another stream from camp, maybe tomorrow evening or something. Yeah, we'll see what we can make work. But until then, everybody, you take care of yourselves, and I'll be digging some dinosaurs. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Alright, I gotta close down the stream. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat. Uh-oh.